What's up guys, Aroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. This video is going to be basically just the basics in regards to the Iron Twins Tower. And what do you need to bring in for champions to the Iron Twin Tower? I just got home from work and I haven't even done any of these stages yet because I just got home from work. So that's the challenge of being a free-to-play player, is not grinding at work. So stage 7. Here's my team setup right now. I'm going to update the team setup really quickly. I'm going to put Scylla the Drakes. I'm going to keep her in there. Ninja, a lot of you probably have Ninja. Some of you that are new to the game might not have him. Shield Champion. Shield Champion is really important against the Iron Twins. It's going to keep you alive as long as possible. Now, if you didn't go for Lanatharil, that kind of stinks. I know that a lot of people didn't go for him just because they thought that he was terrible for their accounts. However, if you were early game, mid game, progressing into the late game, honestly, this guy is huge for my account still, even though I'm an endgame free-to-play player. So I went for him, and I actually like him. So, oh, by the way, 6-star Awakened Skull Crown coming soon. Anyways, not going to use her in this fight. I'm going to use Trusty Renegade. Let's see if it works, and let's see if we can clear it fairly quickly. The reason why I have Narog in there is because he has 40% increased defense, the highest increased defense in the game for dungeons. Okay, so that's why I have Narog in there. And he has a passive to mitigate more damage, which is massive against the Iron Twins. So here we go, we're just going to go right into it, full auto. I should be fine. Obviously not a lot of you out there have Narog, but there are other champions that you can utilize. Now I do have a shield set on my Renegade, so that's going to be helpful. But what you're going to see is that we've got Ninja in there ticking down as quickly as possible, and as Ninja gets going, ramping up, you know that he gets stronger and stronger. So he's going to do a really great job. And then we've got that big shield by Lanatharil, and you can see he's trying to ignore the defense or whatever he's doing with those bombs there, but he's not doing too much. Also, Renegade's got the decreased speed on the boss, right? So with Renegade, decreased speed is extremely important. If you have Tomb Lord, another great champion, obviously Scylla the Drakes can do it right here. I'm going to move myself out of the way so you can see her. So there's Scylla the Drakes with Lanatharil on the left side of her. So decreased speed is your best friend. Try to keep decreased speed up on the boss as much as possible. Try to hit the boss down with big damage. Ally attack is massive, just like that with Lanatharil. That's why I think he's great. Now, if someone happens to go down, you know, we got Scylla the Drakes ready to pick him up. And Scylla the Drakes is a free-to-play champion. Lanatharil is a free-to-play champion. Renegade's free-to-play. We've got Ninja over here is free-to-play. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the fastest team ever. I get that. I understand it. However, there you go. Unremovable shields. That's huge for Lanatharil. Lanatharil's massive for this boss. Now, he didn't die there too, which is really nice. So he's still going. And now we went down past that threshold of 40%. So he's not going to remove debuffs anymore, which is pretty fantastic. And I'm hoping that he survives this next hit. He didn't survive that hit, but of course we do have Scylla the Drakes that can pick him up as needed. But again, he's not going to remove these debuffs anymore. We've got the decreased speed on him. We've got this one in the bag. We're good to go. So there's one team. Now obviously there are other teams you can utilize against the Iron Twins. Now if you're going to start bringing in other champions that can do really well against the Iron Twins boss, you can start to bring in single target damage dealers that do big damage. Now if you have, for example, you could even use a Cold Heart that could help with the damage against the Iron Twins. Do I recommend Cold Heart? Let's try her out. I actually haven't personally used Cold Heart yet, but that's just me. I could even go with him in the lead, but it's Doom Tower battles, which kind of stinks. So I would want to keep my Narog in there. Now there's other champions I could use too if you're going to fret over me using a champion like that. Like for example, we've got our trusty Tila Gormain. So Tila Gormain, HP burns, continuous heals, leech, heal reduction. She's better than you think against this boss. So you could use Tila Gormain. You could also use Tatora Rhymehides, who personally I feel like would be just as good. And Tatora Rhymehyde, if you guys have been playing for a while, he's got the decreased accuracy on the A1. He's got the block debuffs and increased defense. He's got the shield and the perfect veil. The shield goes on himself, but also the perfect veil on all allies, which is pretty cool as well. And this isn't really a damage dealing team, but what I'll do is instead, I'll put her in the lead. And I did say that I was going to showcase Cold Heart, so let me make sure I go and grab her really quick. There's my Cold Heart. I want to go to stage 8. Here we go. Let's see what happens. How much damage can our Cold Heart do with no decreased defense? Boom. 148,000 damage. Not terrible. That's not bad. And then our Renegade is going to reset the skill in a second here. Well, maybe she is a little bit faster than my Cold Heart. She might have already reset skills. Let's see what happens. There we go. She did already reset the skills. She reset it faster because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, so there you go. There's another 148k damage. Now, obviously, Cold Heart and Renegade don't have crazy HP, so they're going to be the first ones to die. And if that does happen, then of course we've got Lonotharo placing those big shields once it gets around to his turn. So when they're dead, allies are dead, he places an unremovable shield. So that's pretty cool. But I really love Lonotharo for that ally attack, which is really nice. If I were to book him out, because I don't have books, books are hard to come by for everybody out there. If I had some books, I would put books in him and get his cooldown on that skill as low as possible. So that way he's placing shields on a 3-turn cooldown, and the shields are for 3 turns. Right now he has a 6-turn cooldown on his shields. If it's a lower 3-turn cooldown, then that's fantastic. So again, once you start scaling up level 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it starts to get really hard in stages 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It might even be a little bit more challenging for my own account as well. So this is going to be a little bit longer of a battle on stage 8, obviously. But like I said, having a shield champion is massive, super beneficial. If you don't have Lonotharo, you can switch him out, and say you're really early game, you can put in Draconis, right? He's one of my favorite Void champions for a rare. You can put in, I think his name is Claude Beastfeeder. Claude Beastfeeder, I'm pretty sure, also does shields. And there's other champions as well that can place those shields. So you have a different variety of champions that can be utilized. Now obviously they're not going to get you to the end game of Iron Twins, but at least you're going to have different champions who can help support your team and keep you alive for as long as possible. Now with Lonotharo, personally, I would want to get somebody matched with him that's on the team that has an A1 with a decreased defense and or an A1 with a weaken, right? So that way we're doing more damage on that ally attack because he attacks with the entire team. So when he's against Hydra, and I believe that Hydra is the best place for him as well as the Iron Twins, then you can attack with all the enemies. That's going to be 5 enemies against Hydra as compared to the Iron Twins you're only attacking with 4. So 4 additional allies, I mean. So there you go. So this is going to be a slow but sure battle. Probably going to die here and there, but we're going to pick them up with Scylla the Drakes, or we should, I hope. Let's see what happens. There we go. We picked up the right guy, so the right man for the job. We've got Lonotharo. Does he have his shields back? Does he have his shields? Not yet. Not yet. I also re-geared my Lonotharo to have a little bit more speed, so he's at about 205 or 208 speed, something like that. So he's going a little bit faster, but he does have less HP. I sacrificed HP for speed. So there's the ally attack, and I think on his next turn, maybe he'll have the shields. We just don't want to die against him at this point. We're picking up our other champions now. Hopefully Renegade has her cooldown. There it is. There's the shield again. Super clutch. Like I said, Lonotharo is a clutch champion. He's very, very good for Iron Twins. Very, very good for Hydra. He's a great arsenal on my team because he's one of the best shielders. Now you can also potentially use, not as great, he won't do big shields because his shields are based on damage, but you could use Miscreated Monster, and there's other champions too. If you have the Void Legendary that does the big shield based on damage, but again, their shields are not based on their max HP. Their shields are based on the damage, I believe, if I'm mistaken. You can leave it down in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure their shields are based off damage. So there's the shield again. And like I said, if I didn't have Lonotharo on here, I'd probably already be dead with these 2 champions. And these are all very lower level, free-to-play champions. If you got them from the past, then bravo to you, that's awesome. But there are a lot of people that just started playing the game and you probably most likely don't have these champions. And therefore, you're probably not going to get past stage 8 or 9 if you're earlier game, and you should really be focusing on dungeon content, progression content, campaign, Doom Tower, normal. You should be focusing on your clan boss team, trying to get that Ultra Nightmare chest, things like that. So it's not the end of the world if you cannot complete the Iron Twins. So just remember that. Alright, so we're almost done. I'm going to bring you to the part where hopefully I beat this guy and not lose. Hopefully he doesn't make a fool of me, but let's see what happens. Come on, you can do it. Of course Coldheart's dead. There's the sacrificial ritual. She wakes up the wrong one. She got back Renegade when we shouldn't have got back Renegade. There's the shield again, super clutch. Especially with that big laser beam that he's got going on too. And also having War Master on your team is probably a must for this guy, so that way you can tick down his health a little bit faster. You can see that we do very little damage against him. He's very tanky, and if the battle continues to go on for too long, then obviously it's really bad for you, and you don't want the battle to go too long, or else things like this happens, and then we end up losing. So I just made a fool of myself with 2 rare champions. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. But like I said, Lodotharo was what was keeping me in it. Personally, I wouldn't use Coldheart. It's just not who I use. I would prefer to use Ninja. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase to you that you can use other champions, probably just not this high in the game. And I'm still kind of testing the waters with the Iron Twins. So yes, this is a defeat, but I'm going to beat stage 8. I have strong champions on my account. It's not that hard. So yeah, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Just wanted to showcase a couple of stages of the Iron Twins and give you a little bit of a just the basics or a beginners against the Iron Twins, what you should do, what champions you should possibly bring in to help you against the Iron Twins. Guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and take care. Peace.